Hello, students, and welcome to the new semester. This is Collection Management, Info 266. Welcome to my house here in the forests of Utah. No, that's just a screensaver, as you probably guessed. But um, I have a short meet and greet. I always like to meet with students on the very first few days of the course to give an introduction to the course and kind of walk you through where some things are held and some of the important things I want you to take with you. So please take a moment to watch all of this. And if you have any questions, of course, give me a shout out. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now so we could take a look at a little as easy and fast as possible. So I want you to kind of sit back, take a deep breath, understand that you are now entering into the twilight zone of student work. And I want to assure you that if you relax, take some time, you're going to be fine, okay? You'll find that this will be a painless course for you if you do the work, mind the deadlines, stay engaged, and participate as much as you can. So let's talk a little bit about me. I am Wayne Disher. For those of you who might have taken me in Info 204, you already know some of this stuff, but there is a resume on our course Canvas site that you can take a look at that has all of this that I'm about to tell you written out in professional resume form. So if you need something to put you to sleep tonight, pull that out. But I basically got my start in libraries at the University of California at Los Angeles at their music library, which you see pictured here. It was the first time I had ever worked in a library. I was a student assistant, and it might have given me the appreciation I needed to set me out into a new and interesting world of library and information science. I spent my whole undergraduate years working for 4 years at the music library. And then when I graduated, I found a job in libraries at the San Jose Public Library System and worked my way up from an entry-level part-time library clerk all the way to a library branch manager, supervising librarian. Um, the San Jose Public Library System is also where I was asked by the Library and Information School to teach some classes, and that was some 15 years ago or more, maybe. But I always kept my role as a librarian at the San Jose Public Library System. Not necessarily always working here at the main library, which you see pictured. I was also branch manager of a couple of branches there during my tenure. Then I wanted to move on and applied for several library director positions, 4 or 5 library director positions, when I was hired by the city of Hemet, which is in Southern California in Riverside County, where I spent 8 years as a library director at the city of Hemet Public Library, which you see pictured there. And during the time there, I was also elected as president of the California Library Association and served as president of the association here in 2011 and 2012. I also have written quite a few textbooks you see pictured there. Yes, we are using a couple of them here in this course. Well, one of them at least. This crash course in collection development. I want to point out that we are using the third edition. The third edition of the crash course in collection development came out a month ago. I completely revised the first and second editions. So the course readings are all coded to this new edition. And the new edition is probably about 75% different than the previous editions. So if you got some of the other editions, you're going to be lost. So seek out the third edition. I also have written these other textbooks, which we use in some of my other courses. I also have been, although not recently, I've been doing uh, consulting work, doing public speaking around at conferences and at library training sessions, including the California Library Directors Conference and some other conferences around Texas, and had one over in the United Kingdom earlier. And but basically, those have been focused on trend watching in libraries and customer service as well. My real passion is animals. I am president and chairperson of the Ramona Humane Society here in Riverside County, where I adopted two dogs, two black labs. You see here, Shiloh and Chance. Unfortunately, I lost them to old age. They crossed the Rainbow Bridge during the pandemic. Um, Being dogless for about a year and a half, I also knew that I could not be dogless for very long, and eventually adopted a retired racing greyhound. You see her pictured here. She is from Tijuana, a racetrack in Tijuana, where she is now retired and living the good life, as you see here, um, at my house. I am not an ogre. I'm here to make you as successful as I possibly can, not only in this course, but also in the profession of which you seek to be a member. You will find that I provide feedback to your assignments as much as I can, and I am completely open um, to anything and all that you have thrown my way. This is a conversation between you and I, and take advantage of that. Ask me questions, um, send me email, contact me. And on that note, let's take a look at our online site so I can point out some of the areas where things are stored. So hopefully on your screen now, you will be seeing the information 266 Canvas course page. The very first thing I want to point out to everyone is my contact information. Listen up, please. My contact information is listed here, disherlibraryservices@gmail.com. In the past, I've had a couple of instances where students have used the San Jose State email system, wayne.disher@sjsu.edu. They've assured me that that information, when it's sent there, gets forwarded to my Gmail account. It often does not, and I end up not seeing it. So if you want to contact me through Canvas, this Canvas course page, which goes directly to disherlibraryservices@gmail.com. Or you can give me a call. I provide you with my cell phone number there. I welcome that students can call me at any time with an emergency or with an urgent issue. Since my phone will likely not recognize your phone number, just leave a callback message and I'll return your call as I possibly can, as my earliest possible convenience. Now you see some information here right on our homepage, information about your constructor, about the course. You also have a calendar here and listed week by week, module by module, unit by unit, all the things that you're tasked with doing and completing for that unit, start dates, end dates, when assignments are due, what you need to read that week, additional articles that I provided links to. So you probably want to print that out or know where it's at. The fall calendar, my personal statement of diversity and inclusion, go to the green sheet for the course, and then some other links as well. But over here on the left is the link to modules, and that's really where the meat of this course is. You see all of the links, including brief explanation about the course again, things about me, information about assignments, a word about page links. I always get asked about page links. I'll come back to that. And here are the textbooks of the course once again. Um, third edition of my textbooks, as well as the main text for the course, the Collection Management Basics. And then we do use VoiceThread in this course. VoiceThread is a discussion platform that is much different than the text-based platforms for discussion that you might be familiar with, where everything is printed out, you read it, you reply, you post. With VoiceThread, it uses and concentrates on voice and video. I think that's a little bit more enhanced and beneficial to students who are all online for us to see and interact with one another. There are 6 assignments in this course, and these assignments are covered in depth over here on the assignments link, but you can get a brief rundown about the assignments that we have in the course here. There, as I said, 6 assignments. There's the first 4 assignments are what I consider kind of hands-on, easier assignments, each worth 10 points each. I also have 2 final or 2 larger assignments, each worth a larger percentage of your grade. So those will account for the largest portion. Since they account for the largest portion of your grade, they come later in the semester. One of them, you will find out, is a group assignment. How do I sign up for a group? That's all explained in the assignments link. Each one of the assignments is written out here for you in much more depth. Okay, units. This is where you will find, again, links to everything that you need to do for that particular unit. Again, it'll tell you a discussion, what discussions you need to participate in, what VoiceThread you need to participate in, what assignments are coming up, reading assignments, etc. So that'll be your probably week by week inclusion, or week by week checkpoint, milestone, if you will. Can't think of a better word. Anyways, so that's our course Canvas page. Let's go back to close out our PowerPoint. Now, as you all know, this is an online class. I used to do this class when it was a all meet. For 15 weeks, we would sit in a classroom and talk with one another. Yes, I enjoyed that. Then the university slowly started to change. We went to hybrid courses. Half of the classes were meeting in person. The other half of the semester was met online. Now the university has gone completely online. So it's important for you to stay engaged. If you don't stay engaged, you're going to miss out on the vast amounts of money that you are paying for this course. We instructors do get to see how often you are accessing the site, what you're accessing in the site. I don't bird dog you at all, but if I notice that you're not participating in some of the VoiceThreads discussions, I might contact you and encourage you to get involved. There is a 5% of your grade is kind of your student engagement score, and that'll sometimes push you from an A minus to an A, or B plus to an A minus, so that can be helpful to you. So stay engaged. I do allow students to work ahead, what that means is that all of my units are posted and accessible now. So I understand that you are students in other classes. You like to sort of gauge what you're going to do week by week by seeing, oh, in this class, I need to read more. So in this class, I don't need to read more that week. So I can sort of read ahead of time and get a head start, if you will. That's perfectly fine by me. The only thing that I ask that you do, please listen up, is that if you are working ahead, you're working on Unit 4 right now, do not post anything, do not post VoiceThread discussions, do not post your assignments until the rest of the class is scheduled to start that unit. I learned my lesson well. Very first time I allowed students to work ahead by posting all of my units well ahead in advance. And I had a student who did everything the first week and I never saw them again. That's not really what I intended. So you can work ahead if you want to see what's to be expected later on, but wait for the rest of the class to join you before you post anything in a future unit. We are using two textbooks, the 7th edition of Collection Management Basics, the 3rd edition of the Crash Course in Collection Management. Yes, I mentioned there was a group work in this course. Our graded assignment number 5 is a group assignment. Now, if you took my Info 204 class, you might be familiar with this. This is a kind of a scenario where your group has been contacted by a mega bazillionaire. This person is just a library advocate, not a professional, has tons of money, like maybe Andrew Carnegie, if you know who he was. I just have bottomless pits of money and I want to give it to a group that has wonderful ideas on how to improve collection management. Your group will then be working to convince me to give you money. All of this is outlined in the graded assignment number 5 explanation. Take a look at that and see what's expected. But right now, you are to look for people you want to work with. I'm not going to assign you to a group. You're going to assign yourselves. One of the things you will be doing in Unit 1 is doing a 90-second introduction to the class on VoiceThread. The class will be watching you and listening to you, maybe taking notes on where you live, what you like to do, and then finding all these or watching all these VoiceThreads. You might say, "Ooh, I want to work with them, and I want to work with them. They all live in my particular neck of the woods, and they all want to be public librarians. What a great group we would be." Then you'll contact each other in our class Canvas email and say, "Hey, you want to work together in a group?" Once you've decided that, you can go back to our course Canvas page, where you will see a link to a Google document for you to sign yourself up in a group. As soon as you can do that, the better. Once your group has all signed up to work together for graded assignment number 5, I'll send you out some important information, an executive summary that you'll be working with that'll help you work together. All right. I mentioned page links. That's one question I continually get over and over. I think it's important for you as a student to ask that because some instructors are hard and fast to page rules. Give me 5 pages on this, give me 3 pages on that. And if you go over, they'll mark you down or they'll stop reading, whatever it is. I'm not like that. I think it's kind of stifles your creativity. Who am I to say you shouldn't be able to write as much as you can about a certain prompt that I give you in an assignment? I do provide you with guidelines. You will see write a 4 to 6 page paper. These are just suggestions of what I feel I could personally write to answer that prompt. So if you are writing something and you've gone on 6 or 7 pages, that's fine. Perfect for me. Maybe you have a lot to say about something and you're making excellent points. I don't want you to stifle yourself. Maybe you think you can answer something in just 2 pages. That's fine as well, as long as you've met the requirements for that written assignment. Heads up, red flags do go up to an instructor when they see 1 page come in, and I might have suggested in 3 to 4 pages, write something, and then I get 1 page back. That could be a red flag to me as an instructor saying, "Hey, did this student just start the assignment 10 minutes before it was due? Did they not flesh out their arguments? Did they not really think about this?" Conversely, maybe you've gone 7 or 8 pages on something that I said in 3 to 4 pages. I might ask myself, hey, is this student being repetitive? Are they disorganized? Are they losing focus? So yes, use the amount of space that you need, but make sure you need the amount of space that you use. And finally, yes, it's important for you to all get good grades in this course. I know that, and I will assure you that 99% of you will pass this course with an A. I have no doubt that you will all do quite well. You are graduate students, by the way, so I would expect nothing less. Those students that don't engage, who I don't see often, who don't participate in the voice threads, who miss deadlines, they do get graded down, and it has happened in the past. Not often, but it has happened. But the difference between an A minus and an A is infinitesimal. I always like to remind students that in my years as a librarian, library director and librarian, I've gone through hundreds of interviews. In those interviews, I never once was asked, what grade did you get in Info 266? So I know it's important for you to get a great grade. You will probably get a great grade, but don't let that drive your learning, and don't let that drive what you take from this class out into the professional field. Okay, that's all I have to say for you for this meet and greet. If you have anything that you would like to ask me, please do not hesitate to contact me at the address that I provided. Remember, don't send it to any other email other than the email that's provided on our course Canvas page. Or if you need to call me, leave a message there and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.